Here's chapter 4 from my book, Catastrophe. Kate sat Snowy down on the bed and she began to pick things up. It was difficult to know where to start. She couldn't remember when was the last time she'd cleaned her room. She found 4-year-old socks and a letter from an ex-boyfriend, a crunched-up can of Coca-Cola, chewing gum as hard as concrete. It was hard going, but soon a space in the rubble came shining through. "So this is what the carpet looks like," she said to Snowy, who was half asleep on the bed. He had made himself at home already, which was a good sign, she thought. By the time she had finished picking everything up, she had filled 6 carrier bags, and she was so exhausted that she needed to lay down. She cuddled next to Snowy, who snored adoringly. She was so cute and lovely that Kate couldn't believe her luck. She couldn't wait to show her off to her friends. They would be so envious, she thought correctly. Kate slept longer than she wanted to, and when she finally woke, it was dinner time. She wondered when Snowy had last eaten, and she dragged the carrier bags downstairs. "What's this?" said Jack. "Are you leaving home?" he said with his usual sarcasm. "I've cleaned my room," said Kate, to the amazement of both of them. "It's a miracle," said Jack. "Leave her alone," said Mary. "That cat may be a good thing after all," Mary said as she carefully took a piece of tasty-looking pie out of the oven. "She's not just a cat, she's Snowy. And I'm too young to leave home. I'm only 15, she said to Jack, who was rolling out one of his disgusting cigarettes. He ignored her. "But thanks for the advice," she said. "I'm sure it won't be long now," she said, as she pulled up a chair. But no one heard her. They never listened to me, she thought, but for once she was pleased. The pie looked and smelled delicious, but she was concerned about Snowy. She didn't have a clue when Snowy had last eaten, and she felt guilty devouring the pie when Snowy was upstairs, probably going hungry. Then, as if it was a miracle, her mum spoke. "I have a surprise for you," she said, and she rummaged in the cupboard and she pulled out a big bag of cat food. Kate was delighted, and she knew that Snowy would be too. "Thanks, Mum," she said, as she shoveled a big piece of pie into her mouth. "Don't talk with your mouth full," said Jack sternly. "He always has to spoil things," thought Kate, but she closed her mouth anyway. Anything for a quiet life, she thought, and then her thoughts turned to her real dad. A wave of emotion rose up inside her, and she fought to control it. "Don't cry," she said to herself. "Whatever you do, do not cry."